Finding roots of a quadratic equation with the leading coefficient of 1. So here again we want to find the roots of this quadratic, y squared minus 8y plus 16, which is the same thing as saying what values of y make this quadratic equal to 0. So we're going to look at this, and now we're very familiar with how to factor, right? It has a leading coefficient of 1, so all we're going to do is look for factors of 16, positive 16, that add up to negative 8. So again, if we go to factors of positive 16, we can think of negative 4 and negative 4. So my factors are negative 4 and negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4 gives me a positive 16. Negative 4 plus a negative 4 equals negative 8. So these are my two factors. In this case I have, so I can go straight to the double bubble, and I get y minus 4 times y minus 4, and all that equals 0. All I've done is I've factored out this quadratic now became these two factors. Now remember, to make this whole equation 0, I have two equations. Here I say either y minus 4 equals 0 or y minus 4 equals 0. In this case they're both the same, so the only root or the only solution I have is when y equals 4. Again, because if you remember, I add 4 to both sides, and I get y equals 4, right? Same thing for this here. Y plus 4, minus 4 plus 4, y equals positive 4. So y equals 4 is my only solution, or in this case, it's the only root. Now, it's not always going to be the case. I might give you a problem that says find roots of let's see, how about a squared plus 5a plus 6 equals 0. So again, I need to factor this quadratic, and I'm looking for factors of 6 that add up to positive 5. And I know I can go straight into the double bubble, right? So I have a and a here. Factors of 6 that add up to 5. Well, 2 and 3 come to mind, so I have positive 2, positive 3, right? So I have a plus 2 times a plus 3, and of course, all that has to equal 0. So I split these into, I have now two equations that will make this true, right? So I have either, in the first case, I have a plus 2 equals 0, and that would tell me that my a has to equal negative 2. And my other situation is a plus 3 equals 0. So a has to equal negative 3. So my two answers, or my two roots, are a equals negative 2 or a equals negative 3. And those are the only two values of a that if I plug back into this original quadratic equation, will make it 0.